Check. What's that, Phil?
You're on camera.
Okay, so we are on site today with Phil from Infinite Access. We're just going to get a bit more of an insight into some of the NLG tool tethering products as well, and kind of how they're used day to day on site really. Phil's here today on like an industrial job, so we're going to kind of go through the use of the tools, and once we go off the site, give you guys a little show later on. So yeah, Phil, just take me through kind of some of the use of the NLG stuff, how you use it day to day on job, please.
Okay, cool. So we are currently on this job, we're doing installing a meshing system onto a concrete silo system. So we're using impact wrenches and drills predominantly. Yeah. So one of the things we're using, cordless impact wrenches. So we've got the battery boots. Yeah. These are great. Just gives you that little bit of security just in case the battery was to ever disengage. Sure. You're not going to lose that as a dropped object. Really simple to put on. Just nice and lightweight, dead easy to see also that they're on the tool. Yeah, of course. I think that helps because we use red tools. Yeah. So straight away
Contrast.
from the ground, from a management point of view, I can just look up and go, yeah, I'm happy. Yep. We're also using, we personally use, these can be used as an anchor point themselves, but we personally lanyard the tool and then have the battery pouch separate because we're changing batteries at height, So we're keeping the tool lanyarded at all times. We've just got a 3 kilo tool lanyard on at the moment. Okay. Really nice and simple, bit of stretch in it, bit of give. Nice screw lock carabiner, and with the captive eye to just keep the lanyard sighted really. Nice and simple piece of kit, does the job. It does what it says on the tin. It stops the tools falling out the sky, which is great. Another item that we're using is on the drills that we're using. We have got the taped system with the large D-ring. Yep. These are rated for 3 kilos once they're installed correctly. Really simple to install. Really easy to show the team on site how to do it. Yep. Loads of info as well, also from the manufacturer. So dead easy to distribute some information to them, just like this is how you need to install the system. Sure. It's not, because from the tool lanyarding point of view, it's okay doing homemade tethers, but quite often they can get miscommunicated and people lanyard to different things. Manufacturers giving you some sound advice here on how to do it. So works really well, very simple system. And again, you've got all serial numbers on all the pieces of equipment. So everything that we issue out, it's got the safe working loads on. Yeah. So the techs on the ground can see exactly. So if they're picking up an 8 kilo SDS drill, using a 3 kilo lanyard, not appropriate for the task. Sure. So yeah, really good. Great for me as a company owner from an equipment management point of view. Okay. Because the serial numbered, I know which pieces of equipment are out on which site. Yeah. So yes, there is a price point with this equipment, but it serves a purpose, same as our rope access equipment, and we need to know where it is and what it's doing and if it's in good order, because we basically treat these tool lanyarding systems the same as we treat our rope access equipment. Sure. It goes onto the Lola database and we inspect it so it's fit for use, because there's no point saying we have a rated system if it's not good for use. So really good all-rounder. We use them in conjunction with lanyards with double-ended clips on, or we can use certain lanyards and we can just choke straight onto them. This is generally the preferred method on site with the team. It's just quick and easy. Yeah. It's quick and easy, and it also limits another carabiner in the system, because sometimes when you're using tools you just end up with like carabiner linked to something. Lads don't really like it. So these are great lanyards. Again, this lanyard is the lanyard itself is good for 18 kg, but we're only connected to a 3 kilo anchor point. Yeah, so we can go big with the lanyard, but we still have to remember the 3 kilo point. Okay. In terms of the physical job we're doing, the techs have got the Ascent pouch, which is a great small tool bag. Really nice, it stays open, stays rigid, so it stays open for the guys, so you can just get your hands in straight away. Yep. This is what we're installing at the minute. Loads of connection points for the lanyards, there's loads of them inside. Again, it's all rated, serial numbered, so we can keep track of the equipment and know exactly where it is on site. Just a nice piece of kit, very well thought out with the daisy chains and things on the side. So just a good bit of kit. And then for some of the bigger stuff, when we're lifting up bigger loads, we've got the larger buckets, the ascent bucket.
Cool. So I think what would be good, Phil, is just get an idea of how you would use this bucket as well, how you kind of separate your equipment and the benefits to you.
Yeah, so for us on site, sometimes the guys have the washers and the bolts made up, but sometimes they're going down with them separated, so we can separate the kit out. We can put spare batteries in one compartment, we can put the tools in another. Some of the guys are using like hand tools, like tin snips and shears and things like that. So we can sort of make 3 compartments, 3 or 4 compartments. Inside the bag as well, the bag actually has separate little webbing compartments. So although we can separate it out like this, we can then also separate it out again inside. So it really is useful.
It could be quite a lot of variety for all the different kind of piece of equipment that we use on the shop.
What I like with it, it's got like a removable ring in the top which keeps it rigid and open. So when it's open, it's just very easy to use. Get your hands in and start working. Obviously it's rated again to 100 kilos, this one. So brilliant piece of kit.
Lovely.
We've used it on this job. We're installing like 20,000 odd anchor bolts, so we've been able to fill this with bolts and bring them to the roof.
Use it for hauling.
Use it for hauling. And we know that it's rated, it's been Lola inspected, it's on the system. When we issue the Lola to the client, the buckets are on there. So it's great. The client, it keeps everyone happy.
Somewhere like this, it's saving you going up, 10, 20 flights of stairs.
Well, it saves a lot of manual handling. The location where we are, there's a lift, but when we have to do 8 different like levels and stairs and ladders and things, so just carrying boxes of bolts, it's not ideal. So we can just haul them up using a winching system on the side of the building in a rated bag. Job done.
Lovely.
Nice and safe.
So obviously we've run through pretty much all of the kit that you'd use on this job. Everything that you like about it. Any kind of recommendations? Anything that you feel like would be incorporated to make these products a little bit better for yourself?
For us, from a user point of view, and it's something we find with quite a lot of different tool lanyard manufacturers, they don't have a clip back point. So we can use the battery pouch on these to put a second carabiner and clip back. Depends what you're doing, but from our industry, rope access, we quite often have the tools attached to the technician. If you were in a cherry picker, for example, you might be able to just clip the tools on and leave them hanging down. For us, when we're climbing round, we need to have them sometimes clipped back to us, because you've got to consider if we're hanging on a rope and this is just hanging here, swinging around as we're moving, we don't want it to smash into, 1, to damage the tool, 2, to damage the client's property. At the minute we're on a concrete silo, not really going to damage anything, but what we are potentially going to do is, if we're on a glazing job, we're going to be replacing a couple of £1,000 worth of glass by the time we're done. So something that we could tether back with a small clip would be the perfect scenario for me. My logic would be a similar little loop stuck on there with a captive carabiner. So then that carabiner remains just a nice small little attachment that's lanyarded and safe, that can never come off, and then this one always stays connected to your harness. So we're not using this as the clip back, we're using an independent carabiner that clips in. Something along them lines I think would be brilliant from a tool manufacturer's point of view, like a lanyard manufacturer's. But price point, they're okay. Usability, they're okay. And it's a great bit of kit, really.
Perfect.
It keeps us safe, that's the main thing.
Lovely. Well, I appreciate you going through and taking the time off a busy job like this to go through all of the stuff. So we'll get the guys over the edge now and just see how they use it in practice up on the ropes. Check. What's that, Phil?
Mic 1, 2, mic 1, 2.
That's on the Phil.